What's up, everyone? This is Caleb. This is a bit of a different kind of Metalhead Central. The first time I've ever done one of these actually live. I have been really busy this week with jobs and that. And so I thought I would do it live, and that way I could get it out there and the timing would be somewhat coherent. I know I normally get these things up on Friday, but again, with kind of a hectic work week, I just wasn't able to do so. But I still wanted to review up. So, as always, this is the show where I take an honest look at the harder side of music and give it an honest rating. So, I believe it's fitting that we're examining an album by a band whose music could be described as eerie and ambient, but could also be described as jarringly epic. There are lots of soundscapes and even wider lyrical interpretations on this one, as we examine French group Alcest's new album, Spiritual Instinct. It came out October 25th on Nuclear Blast, and it's the group's first effort on the huge label. Now, I've done a lot of reading on this band. They state that a lot of their music is inspired by these dreams that lead singer, guitarist, bassist, and keyboardist, yeah, this dude does almost everything in this band, Neige, and I hope I said that right. His real name is Stefan Pohl. Again, I hope I said that right. He had these dreams when he was a kid, has inspired a lot of their music. So, my question is, was this a dream realm unlike any other, or was it kind of a nightmare? Let's find out. The album ends nicely with a song called Le Jardin de Minuit. Once again, pardon my attempted French. According to Google Translate, this means Midnight Gardens. It is an absolutely rapturous piece, filled to the brim with twists and turns. There are these beautifully sung vocals, and midway through the song, some rather powerful screeches come in to back that up. There's a wonderful and rather beautifully simple guitar part that ends the song and leads very well into the next track, which is my favorite on the album and one I've been playing over and over since it premiered early summer, and that song is Protection. It has one of the most beautiful guitar melodies I've ever heard out of a shoegaze or ambient or black gaze album, and it does its job perfectly. I expect bands like Alcest to create soundscapes that can kind of drown themselves in, and Protection is a prime example of that. Neige's vocals and they fit the song very well. And once again, the screaming part of the song comes in at the appropriate time, and that tumbles into kind of triad of really intensify the song's depth. It's kind of repetitive, but without it, the song just would not be the same. Next is the second single off the album, Sapphire. And while it's not quite as good as Protection was, it's still a rather intriguing piece. The vocals fade into a ghostly mixture of guitars and interesting drum parts, accompanied by this atmosphere that at once suffocates, revives, and then suffocates once again. The soaring melodies are tempered well by Neige's own backing screams, and it creates, again, another soundscape that can only be described as massive yet subdued. Now, this is followed up by the track L'Île des Morts, which, again, pardon my French, and according to Google Translate, that means Isle of the Dead or Island of the Dead. Considering its title, it begins on a bit of a heavier aspect as we tumble out of the pretty ending to Sapphire, but it meanders its way through some incredible neo-black metal, including a backing guitar part that utilizes a very interesting sound at some points in the song. It almost sounds like a moaning that's very far away, but right in your face at the same time. Really interesting. This piece has a lot going for it, but just at over 9 minutes, it feels like it might be pushing the envelope a little bit far. Following that, we have the track Le Miroir, or The Mirror in English. It begins on a deceptively heavy note with a run that tumbles off into a interesting little guitar and keyboard part. The vocals come in, and once again, they fit the music perfectly. I'm very happy with the way the vocals are mixed and produced on this album. It creates the perfect apparition to this wondrously misty forest of music. I love the small guitar plucks at the top of the mix on this song because they seem like tiny frogs peeping their way out of the vastly beautiful pond that is the band's songwriting. It's catchy and memorable while also being amazingly thought-provoking. You're swimming in this song and you don't want to leave the nice cool water. Now, the final track on here is the title track itself, And it once again follows the formula of the album, spreading its neo black metal feet out and wiggling comfortably into the small niche between dark and light. Once again, Naja's ghostly vocals carry the song to its full extent, and it's all the better because of that. There's a part here where the vocals emanate in a mid range way before soaring to higher notes and then returning. It ends the album very well as the atmosphere comes full circle and gently floats the listener away on the breeze. Now, if there's a downside to this album, it's that a few parts overstay their welcome. Again, the 9 minute long Isle of the Dead, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the French name, feels padded. And I think it would have worked better as a 6 or 7 minute number. Even on the album opener, a couple of things feel a little unnecessary, and the songs can get a tad formulaic after just a little bit. But those are minor criticisms, very, very minor. All in all, this was a wonderful album. Atmosphere, vocals, and excellent guitar and drum work combined to create something that is truly one of the most beautiful pieces of music I have ever heard. I have to give Spiritual Instinct a 99 out of 100 on the YPS scale. If they toned the length down just a little bit, they'd have a perfect album. Thank you so much for watching this live version of Metalhead Central. Click like. Don't forget to subscribe for more of this and the Metal Artist Review Show. I know I've been kind of on a hiatus on that. That is going to be coming back at some point because we ain't done with the Devin Townsend project yet. Next week, we're going to be heading back to Melodeath territory and examining Dawn of Disease's new album, Procession of Ghosts. I hope you'll join me. You've been watching Metalhead Central live, where I give honest ratings to honest music, and I will see y'all next time.